The Abbey Group is an 8th family generation run furniture makers and restorers based in Essex that have been established since the early 1900s.
Using their knowledge of traditional furniture making techniques, many of which have been passed down through the company from craftsman to craftsman, these skills are now being used to restore old or damaged furniture to their former glory, which helps the environment and saves their clients money.
Giving the customer a greater choice was the brainchild of director Lisa Cannings when she took charge of the company over a decade ago.
Customer service is a really important factor for me. It's my passion and it's our reputation. So type of clients we do are fire, flood restoration, disaster recovery, and that entails that we have to respond within 24 hours of making that initial contact. We go out and see the client within 5 working days, and they get a full written assessment from us with all the photos, the evidence and our expertise of what we advise within 48 hours. And that's probably why that we've got so many customers that we have and so many happy customers, and that we've won so many awards for customer service. At the moment we're doing a lot more work with the hotel industry, so it involves working on site, doing night shifts, doing it when it's their most quietest period so it causes less disruption. When I first joined here, it was purely just export. So exporting to France and America and making furniture was pretty much 90% of our business. Over the last 12 years, that's completely changed now, and it's pretty much 95%, if I'm honest, on restoration and 5% on manufacturing.
Most of the work is carried out within their premises in Romford, while Lisa's brother Lee Cannings, who is also a director within the company, travels around the country carrying out restoration work on site. Working across the country gives the team the chance to learn new skills, and over the years they have added to their restoration knowledge a myriad of materials that they are now able to restore, as Lee now explains.
The newest thing we've been getting into in the last year has been leather restoration. That's been a new and exciting different side to the business, retoning, recolouring leathers. Marbles previous to that was new. The boys in the factory are commonly doing grand pianos, upright pianos. We can also do this on site to save moving them away from the residence where they are, because that in itself is a large problem. That is where most of the damage occurs in the first place.
Abbey is unique in that they can restore, manufacture and install with measuring, cutting and fitting often being carried out by the same craftsman, which guarantees the consistency of the work. Here panels within an antique wooden floor need replacing, but what are the requirements and how is this done?
I like a challenge. There were some oak sections missing and some cherry sections missing, which we came back to the factory, prepared out of timber which we have in stock, milled it to the correct thickness, the correct shape, so that when we actually got to site we could cut it to length and width and then adhere it in. Then afterwards we would sand it to finish and then blend the whole floor throughout, which is something that's a little bit unusual because most companies would be able to go in and just do the refinish. They wouldn't be able to make the sections to go in. That's where the factory comes in. To finish off the floor, we can either use an oil, or in this case we used a waterborne lacquer. It was a 3-coat lacquer system, and we also intercoated it with a stain, so we toned all the old sections and new sections back in again to blend it back in, because otherwise you end up with a mishmash if you don't know what you're doing.
One thing that has always stayed the same at Abbey is the importance of keeping traditional furniture and restoration skills alive, as some of these techniques are being lost. Labelled by some as a dying trade, just how important to the company are the traditional skills that have been passed down at Abbey for over 100 years.
Abbey wouldn't be a success without the guys. They are very skilled in what they do, and I still am learning today. Pieces will come into me and it could be something completely broken, like a jigsaw, and I know we can restore that. I know it can be done perfectly. I know my guys can do it to 100%, but I'm actually not too sure how they do it, but I know we can. And it's just understanding it more and more each time. So we do cabinet making here. So that's the likes of door barring, hand veneering, gold leaf, traditional glazing with the old glass, And, you know, things that people don't realise, it sounds disgusting, but using horse bones for glue is the best, and it's a traditional way. Horsehair in your upholstery, everything, we try to keep it very traditional without, you know, any quality or substandard. But we will still do what the customer wants. So if they don't have the budget for that, we will meet that demands. We are doing so much more with disaster recovery. So like I say again, with the fire and flood, insurance claims, hotel work, removals. There's not a job that we don't say no to. Like my brother says, he loves a challenge. He's got over 30 years of experience, and he's still learning today. He's really getting involved with marble restoration now, china restoration, and doing a lot more rather than reupholstery. We're doing a lot more with the retaining the leather, trying to conserve everything and help the environment at the same time, which is important, which people forget. You know, they think let's just go out and buy new, but this is good to restore things. You're helping recycle, restore, reuse.
Popular in today's market is the influx of cheaper and more disposable furniture. So what are the advantages of buying bespoke, quality, handmade furniture?
Obviously, coming to Abbey Antiques, it was quite a new learning curve for me. Fair enough, it was brought up in the family and I had a little bit of idea, but I never knew what a veneer was, believe it or not. And I thought, well, what's the difference? No offence. Why are they going to come to us and buy a table for so much price when you can buy it down the road at half the cost? And it was just learning the fact that it's solid, it's bespoke, you can't get it in the shop, you can't get it to that size. So that was one bit of learning of the sales. But the thing that stuck in my head the most was a leather Chesterfield. And when I was working out the costing, I just said, look, why would they come to us? Why would they have a leather Chesterfield, you know, for that kind of price? And then Mum said, how long have we had the one at home for, Lisa? I was like, ever since I was born we've had that. And I was like, oh my God, we've had that for over 30 years. And then I was like, now I get it. So when you buy something, it's an investment and it lasts from Abbey, rather than it runs out, it's not good quality, it wears in seconds. And then we end up having to restore it for you, which is fine, but it's just, if you want something to last and something to be right, then you need to pay for that quality and you need to get that from Abbey.
For more information regarding the restoration and manufacturing work carried out by Abbey, you can contact them in the following ways. You can find Abbey on the World Wide Web at abbey-group.net. You can also contact them via email at inquiries@abbey-group.net, or you can call them on 01708 74 1135.